Good afternoon. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun. The federal government has broken its silence over reports of an alleged failed coup to topple the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in an interview with newsmen, said the government had faith in the military and had no reason to doubt the position of the defense headquarters, which on Saturday dismissed the report of the coup as fake. On Saturday, in a statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, the military had denied a news report linking the detention of 16 officers to a failed coup. When contacted for the federal government's position on the development, the information minister responded that it was only a military affair. The Nigerian Senate has expressed deep concern over the growing safety lapses in the country's aviation sector, citing a recent incident involving an Air Peace aircraft at the Port Harcourt International Airport. In an order paper obtained by newsmen, the Senate Committee Chairman on Aviation, Buhari Abdul-Fatai, in a motion, stressed that no fatality was recorded from the incident, insisting that the findings expose serious deficiencies in airport infrastructure, pilot decision-making, and regulatory oversight. The Senate, however, urged the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, in collaboration with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, to swiftly implement all safety recommendations outlined in the NSIB report. Former President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Reverend Dr. Supo Ayokule, has urged Nigerians to unite and love one another, emphasizing that this is essential for Nigeria's progress. Reverend Ayokule made this statement in an interview with Dominion News while addressing questions about the state of the nation during his visit to Dominion Broadcast Group. Dominion News correspondent Grace Aino reports.
Speaking on various issues affecting the people, former Baptist National President and CAN President, Reverend Supo Ayokule, blamed both leaders and followers for the challenges facing Nigeria.
The problem is both that of leadership and followership. And if the leaders can become more task-oriented and self-oriented, and if the followers can focus on values like resilience, hard work, and love for fellow Nigerians, things will be better.
Leadership thrives only if there is bad followership. Good followership usually forces bad leadership to change.
The clergymen also condemned the killings of innocent people across the country.
They're just waking up to addressing this matter squarely. It is now when somebody cried out from US that they now know that we have been crying. I was the president of Christian Association of Nigeria at national level for 6 years. Before that, I was the vice president for 3 years, making 9 years of leadership there. We have been crying. We have been crying. Though these days, it is not just only the Christians that are killed, but everybody. But it started with the Christians.
Religions and communities urging the federal government to prioritize life of citizens. I know Grace, Dominion News.
Security operators have fired tear gas canisters at protesters, including human rights activist Omoyele Sowore, who had gathered in Abuja to demand the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest began near Transcorp Hilton and other areas in the Federal Capital Territory, but was disrupted as police officers moved in early, firing multiple rounds of tear gas to disperse participants and passers-by. Omoyele Sowore, who spoke at an early morning interview, said the organizers had informed the police about the protest in advance, alleging that some protesters were arrested and bystanders were forced into police vehicles. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has inspected the sites of the proposed electricity substations in Arua, Oyo State. Similarly, the minister also had a consultative meeting with the All Progressives Congress (APC) stakeholders in Ibarapa East local government area. Our correspondent, Sheifumi Akinsoya, has the report.
The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has stated his commitment to the revival of Ibarapa East electricity, stressing that his ministry has secured the needed funds for the completion of the abandoned substations in the surrounding towns, including Erua, Lanlate, Maya, amongst others. He, however, promised that in a few weeks, inspections will be carried out on the substations with immediate actions following.
Now we focus more on the issue of power sector as it affects Ibarapa zone. They have suffered too long for lack of power or supply of epileptic power in Ibarapa. And I've told them, I've assured them that all the three substations that have been work in progress in the last 10 to 15 years must be completed in my tenure.
Adelabu also urged members of the All Progressive Congress in Oyo State to embrace unity within the party in order to have a favorable outcome in the 2027 gubernatorial elections in the states. He stated this in Erua while engaging stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress (APC). Speaking with newsmen after the event, Adelabu clarified that the meeting was not a campaign, but a crucial one needed to address the internal issues within the party, emphasizing the need for reconciliation among party members and stakeholders.
This visit to Ibarapa geopolitical zone in Oyo State is a continuation of my zonal consultation within the APC political constituency in Oyo State. And we had lots of deliberations, lots of conversations that focused more on development within our party, the need for internal reconciliation within our party.
As a way of maintaining unity within APC in Oyo State, Adelabu clamored for the inclusiveness of all local governments in the reconciliation team created. Sheifumi Akinsoya for Dominion News.
On the foreign scene, former Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga has been buried Sunday at his rural home as the country, which has previously been marred by post-election violence and anti-government protests, faces political uncertainty. Kenyan leaders present at the burial, including President William Ruto, who signed a political pact with Odinga early this year, talked about the need for Odinga's ODM party to remain united and either form or join the next government after the 2027 election. Democracy reformer Odinga was accorded full military honors that included a 17-gun salute by the army, to which thousands of Kenyans and dignitaries from across Africa witnessed. A cargo aircraft skidded off a Hong Kong runway and collided with a security patrol car, killing 2 people in the car, according to authorities. Stephen Yu, the Airport Authority's executive director in airport operations, said at a press conference that the captains did not seek help before landing and had taxied about halfway down the runway before skidding off it to the left. Likewise, a fire service official detailed that the plane was broken into 2 parts when rescue crews arrived, while the 4 crew members were waiting to be rescued at its open door. The Israeli military has said it will resume enforcement of the ceasefire in Gaza after launching airstrikes on Sunday in response to what it called Hamas's blatant violation of the deal. Strikes began in southern Gaza after the Israeli military said terrorists fired an anti-tank missile and gunfire toward its troops in Rafah, killing 2 soldiers. However, Hamas said it was unaware of any clashes in the area under Israeli control, accusing Israel of violations and warned strikes could push the situation toward a total collapse. Talking sports this afternoon, Morocco has clinched the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup title with a commanding 2-0 victory over Argentina in the final, a landmark moment for African football held in Santiago, Chile. The North African, despite Argentina's best effort in the second half, they were unable to break through a disciplined Moroccan backline. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast and X at Dominion Cars. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun saying thank you for watching and good afternoon.